I love how my grandfather is always around to keep me company. On days that my mum isn't around, Grandpa is always nearby to comfort me. I sit on his lap, tell him stories about my day, and I never feel like I'm alone. Although our house is never empty, even when Mum leaves for work, and I sit with Grandpa and read stories while he enjoys his chair. We always have guests in every room of our house. There's Edna and Elma, the twins my grandfather is friends with. They're always sitting together in the kitchen with a teapot between just the two of them. There's also Joseph the plumber, who went to school with Dad, often seated with him in his study, as Dad is hunched over his desk with a grin on his face, always looking at their high school yearbook, while Joseph keeps him company, as all friends should. Unless Mum needs to use a spare chair, then Joseph just stands next to Dad as he looks at his yearbook. Then we have our younger guests, like Beth and Thomas, who are around my age, often upstairs when they aren't playing with me. However, I don't really care if Thomas stays up there with his mum and dad. He never talks to me. He always makes a stupid face at me when I try and play with him. Beth is really nice. She has pretty blonde curls in her hair, wears pretty perfumes and makeup. And sometimes Mum buys new dresses for her to wear. I'm sure she likes those, because she always has a smile on her face, even when I accidentally asked Mum how she got the ugly scar on her back. I felt bad when Mum told me that she had gotten the scar when she came here and was separated from her parents, who Mum says were very bad people. So I guess it makes her like the sister I never had. But I just like playing games with her when I'm bored. But Mum often scolds me if I get Beth's dresses dirty, or accidentally knocks her down. Tonight Mum says we'll be having another guest, and a new friend for me to play with. Hopefully his family can come too. But Mum says it's hard to get an Italian family like Thomas's to come and stay in our home. So before she leaves for work, she tells me she'll be home by midnight. She gives me a kiss on the cheek, packs up her tools, and tells me to go make some space in Beth's room for the new boy to stay. It's the last time I talk to Mum before she leaves for work, and I go upstairs to get the bedroom ready. It takes me a while, and by the time I'm done, I don't want to play with Beth like I usually do. So I grab a storybook from Beth's shelf and go downstairs to the living room. As always, Grandpa is there, sitting in his rocking chair, waiting for me to come sit on his lap and tell him how my day went. So I climb into his lap and snuggle against him as I tell him about our new guest. But I notice something's wrong. His head is limped to one side and his eyes are closed. So I hop off his lap and go into the kitchen as fast as I can. I run past Edna and Alma and immediately go for the bottom drawer next to the silverware where we keep Grandfather's emergency supplies. I go back into the living room, stopping at the doorway to remember my manners, and I say good evening to Edna and Alma before I go back to Grandpa. Carrying the supplies in my arms, I drop them behind Grandpa's chair and look up at his neck. Grandpa, your stitches came out again. It'll take me forever to fix your neck like last time. If only Mum had sewn you shut with a machine and used beads to stuff you like she did to Beth, instead of that flimsy cotton. Then you wouldn't be falling apart all the time. But I'm not upset with him. It's not his fault. Mum was only learning when she first brought him over as a guest. We'd all just moved into the neighbourhood, and she'd wanted to make sure that we'd never have to be lonely ever again. But of course now our guests can sit straight and never fall over. Mum says that someday she'll be sitting next to Grandfather while I'm bringing new guests to keep us company.